So, I got somewhat good news. Iran is willing to talk a little bit more to come to an agreement regarding their nuclear power. Israel said a attack on Iran is still on the table, but it is now going to be considered as a last-ditch attempt, and they won't be going at it without the States' approval. The States said we are not going to attack Iran unless absolutely necessary, and even China said that they want Iran to talk about their nuclear power. They don't want them to reach it. They want to come to an agreement regarding it. They don't approve of it and whatnot, so that's kind of cool. It could keep us from going into a huge unnecessary war, but after I heard that, I was like, that's awesome. And then I read this article that I put on my last video on the economic crisis. I read that and I'm like, that makes sense why they're all backing off, because I was like, well, they all want to go to war, really, but why won't they? And then that's the reason. I read that article and I was like, it all makes sense now. I can't explain the article well enough to you guys. You're best off to go read it. It's quite long, but believe me, it's well worth it. One of the best things that I've recently seen. A little bit of bright news. Actually, quite a bit of bright news. It actually could be a huge difference in the future events. So check it out. And if that paper is correct, that article, then that explains why we're seeing all of these crazy bills coming in, because they're running out of time and they want to just like shut us down now. Maybe. So, North Korea. They've got like Kim Jong-un's son is now leader of North Korea, and they have nuclear capabilities, and nobody knows what the fuck's gonna go on there. Is he gonna use his nukes for something? Is he just gonna... we don't really know. Was he really trained properly enough? Is he really ready to take over his father's legacy? You know what the funny part is they started up mad propaganda. They said like he could drive by the age of 3. And like at 6 years old, he fought off a grizzly bear with his bare hands, or killed a grizzly bear, or something crazy like that. Like, just mad propaganda. The people would be like, really? Really, this man is a god that can beat up grizzly bears as a child? Drive cars? Like, no, I don't believe it. It's all crap. So, anyway, that's all. World War III might not be on the table for a little bit longer, and that means if World War III isn't, then possibly an epidemic, but if World War III isn't going to happen, then an epidemic seems less likely. It seems like we might actually survive? Maybe? Yeah, I don't know. Good news though, it's good news. I'll also put a link to that same article down below. It's basically like a lawsuit against a whack of governments and whatnot. Read it, read all of it, and tell me what you think. And that is all. Peace.